YeahNah, it's your girl Bernice Martu from the Liberian Heritage Society, and today I'm here at Evelyn Restaurant with Mr. Makala, who is visiting us for the very first time. Mr. Makala, can you please introduce yourself for us?
My name is Dwayne Makala. I'm from the United States. I'm an author, a geopolitical pundit, culture critic and geopolitical pundit. I go by the nom de plume called College Genesis. I'm an author. I wrote the first historical novel on the Republic of Liberia called Journey to the Promised Land, Voyage of the Barkazor, about the Liberia exodus of 1878 from Charleston, South Carolina to Liberia. The ship, the Talberts, the last remaining returning African family, was on. I'm in Liberia to do a fact-finding. I did a lot of research when I'm here. I also came here and got engaged. My fiance is here. And so I have a deep connection to this country, both historic, or many different ways. On one, I've had known about the Hill family from Macon County, Georgia, settling in New Georgia. You know, I'm still researching that. I'm also fascinated by the indigenous culture in Liberia, the different tribes. So I'm both, right? I'm an enthusiast of traditional African culture, and I'm also enthusiast of the culture of the Americas, the South, and how they were able to transfer in the Caribbean, and how they were able to transform those cultures on African shores. I think that's one of the most, and build a republic, one of the most remarkable stories in human history. How a country, against all the odds, was able to build a republic and is still standing today. And so my job is, over the last 10 years, I have several organizations. One is called the Association of African Americans for Liberia, which on a hunch 10 years ago, I did a lot of research. I read a lot of books on Liberia. I've been studying Liberia for 25 years, right? And then over the last, I would say 10 years, I started getting a new perspective on the country. People started telling me, you know, all the horrible things about Liberia was not all true. A lot of it's exaggerated. Then I learned over the years that there was a concerted effort to discredit this country from day one. And I believe that my job is to basically say, if we can forgive America, we can basically give all these other countries the benefit of the doubt. Japan, Germany, all these countries, everything. Why is it that we're gonna let the first black republic die because of misunderstandings or whatever you think it happens? So my life work is to make sure, before anything else, right, we get this narrative, we get this story of Liberia right, and tell the truth. No matter who it hurts, no matter who it benefits and everything, tell the entire truth. And I'm open to all discussions on this topic. I've learned a lot since I've been here. And so it's still a learning process. But the bottom line is, I want to get this story right. And once we get this story right, I do believe it'll benefit Liberia, it'll benefit Black America, it'll benefit Africa. Because if we don't get this story right, then what this says is, what tells the world is that we as a race are not capable of building nothing on our own. This is the only republic on the continent built by black people. So if they discredit Liberia, then that means for the next 1,000 years, we're always going to be second guessing our abilities. If we get this right, then that's going to give us confidence no matter where we are. Hey, we have a republic that's still standing there that was founded by black people from America. And they'll say, well, why do you say, well, they say, Kala, why you emphasize race? Because everything's about race. The psychological damage of black people in America, Liberia, South Africa, whoever like that, is damaged by race. We're still under a psychological trauma of slavery, colonials, and everything. So we have to always constantly be proving to ourselves we're just as good. Not just say it, but prove it. Prove it by what? What we call black excellence. Being good, being the best at what we do.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Mr. Makala. nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you. Nice meeting you too.
Nice to meet you. Mr. Makala,
Yes.
how is like visiting Liberia for the very first time as an African American with no roots in Liberia, and why Liberia?
Let me tell you something. When I got here, right, at first, the first day I said, in this land I'm a king, right? But after a week, I realized, right, in this land I'm a human being, I'm a person. Because besides the fact that it's an icing on the cake, I'm around black people, people look like me, you know? But the first time in my life, I don't have to apologize for who I am. I don't have to walk around walking on eggshells and constantly be proving myself, okay, I gotta do this, I do this. People just accept me just who I am. Nobody actually told me I don't belong here. Everyone's treated me like I'm a family, you know? They always say, welcome home. They don't say, welcome to my home. They say, welcome home. You know, oh yeah, you're home now, you know? They make me feel welcome. They make me feel home, you know? That's all I ever asked for. Then it dawned on me. I said, look, Liberia's unique. And this is my first African country, but I can tell you this, right? Liberians seem like they're acclimated to people coming from America, you know, black people, you know? It's been 200 years, people coming from America. So I'm just one person coming from America, you know, coming from America, and I just fit right in. That sense of belonging I've always wanted my whole life, I got when I got here, you know? And I got two days left here, and I'm gonna miss this place until I come back, you know? You know, I'm really gonna miss this place, you know? I don't know what to do, you know? It just, you know, this sense of belonging and peace that I had when I got here, you know? The people are friendly, the people are honorable. Liberians are hardworking people. They're clean, they're decent, you know? And even in traffic, you know, they'll curse each other out, and then next minute, hi, how you doing? You know, in America, that will be a shootout. Somebody get killed. You know, here people are peaceful. People are law-abiding. You know, the children are respectful. You know, the children are respectful adults. You know, it's just a wonderful place. You know, men respect women here. You know, women respect men. You know, all the things that I think that's wrong in the world is right here in Liberia, you know, and I'm telling you, and I tell people all the time, this has been a great place. If this is, I would say, I did a show the other night on my friend's channel. I said, Africa made easy, you know. I said, Liberia should be the first place you go to in Africa, because let me be honest with you, right? When I first got here, I felt, oh wow, I felt like I was in an American city, you know. I felt like I was in a rural. I feel like I was in, except for some infrastructure issues, I get that, you know. Monrovia is very modern, you know. And when you're driving on Tubman Boulevard, it's like you're driving on a major city in America, you know. And I was like driving, I'm seeing the shops, I'm like, and I'm saying, so that loosened me up. Then a week later, I went to Douala, right, in Waterside. I said, okay, now I'm in Africa.
You're in Africa, yeah.
Now I'm in Africa. But get this, when we drove out of Douala, right? We drove out of Douala, right? Up to the upriver, St. Paul, right? With the Brewerville. I felt like I was in Savannah, Georgia again, you know? So it's like I went from New York City to Africa, Douala, and to North Carolina and Georgia. You know, when I went to Caldwell and everything, I felt like I was in the rural parts of North Carolina. So I got everything, you know. I said, I'm at home, but I'm in Africa, you know. So the whole experience here was like, wow. It's like being in America, having Africa in your backyard, you know. And I'm like, I tell anybody, I said, this is a wonderful, wonderful place for black people in America. And I tell people all the time, I said, I haven't been to Ghana, I haven't been to these other countries there and everything, but everybody tells me what I described, because everybody always tell me, okay, you know, everything's easy here. People tell me, you want to, oh man, you want to buy land, you want to buy property here, like that. I'm like, I hear people that live in Africa for 20 years, African Americans, and can't own anything, can't do anything. And then people already asked me when I got here, when are you going to try to apply for citizenship? Like that. I'm like, okay, slow down. I want to, you know.
One at a time.
But one at a time, you know. Let me get. But the whole thing is there, you know, and no one's telling you no. They're like, oh, when you coming back, you know. You know, it's like, are you going back? They said, when are you coming back? They see how happy I am here, you know, and how much fun I'm having, and how used to it is. It's very, very Africa, easy, Liberia, and like I said, I realize the history of the country. I appreciate all sides, and let me tell you something. Although I love Liberia for years, as everybody know, I was a little apprehensive based on the comments I was hearing from Liberians on the internet, which I think is a problem, I get here and the people are the most loving people in the world. Most loving people in the world. And I'm just like, wow, they're nothing like, I said, wow, you guys are nothing like those people, Liberians that live in America on Facebook. No offense to all Liberians in America, I got a lot of Liberians in America. But, I think the people on the ground are ready for healing. They're ready for something better. And I tell you, I said my first week here, these people will be just fine. I see the hard work, I see young men in their 20s and 30s running businesses and everything, acting like adults and everything. I said, these Liberians are very capable. They're holding this country together, despite being neglected by the United States, despite being neglected by all these countries that claim to be Liberia's friend, despite being neglected by the rest of Africa when Liberia is still standing, and it's not going anywhere, And my goal is to tell African Americans, if we want to help Africa, let's start here. Let's start where our ancestors laid their life down to help establish this republic. This is a country that we launched to other parts of Africa from, And so, like I said, people try to count Liberia out as a failed state. I don't see it failing. I see everything working. It may not work all the time, we got problems, but it's still standing here. At least the people are here working on the ground. They're doing stuff. They're not sitting in America and the UK complaining. They're here, And I got utmost love and respect for the Liberian people here. All of them. I love them with all my heart. I love every last single tribe, every last single group. You're amazing people. And what they've shown to me for the last 3 weeks when I'm here is something I'm never gonna forget.